Streams live.
Yep, we're live. Okay, so we can go into our first puppy draft. How do I do it?
Scroll up, and I was gonna say if you scroll to the right on the arrows.
Oh, puppy. Ja'Cory. Puppy 3. All right, let's go. Aria Payne.
Let's hope we don't get the 8th pick, right?
The puppy 2, former finalist. Dude, it's crazy that I only did 13 of them last year. Honestly, I thought I did way more.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot of tournaments last year. I was more in the individual pods.
Yeah, I feel like that was I did those too mostly. I feel like that was a mistake because I wasn't winning very many of them, and then even if I did, I didn't
Yeah, I think my win percent on those was 25%.
Yeah,
Which I
same.
made my money back. But if one of
Yeah.
those teams would have advanced, then I probably could have made much more.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather just have that 25% advance rate on a tournament like this with high stakes.
I don't hate the 6th spot.
No, I mean neither. I've honestly, so one thing I've actually been doing the last couple of days, I know it's not maybe recommended, but I've been drafting Gibbs at 1 or 2 or 3, and then linking him with those players that normally I wouldn't, because I actually think Gibbs is gonna be the highest.
Basically just flip the board. You know what I mean? It's taking somebody at the end and the beginning, and then you get pairings that are unusual.
Yeah. So I know I don't have any of those pairings. So when I've been getting the second or third pick, because I have enough of those combos with Saquon and Bijan that I wanted them with Gibbs.
Yeah. No, it's good variation. I don't hate that at all. Like I said, especially if Gibbs is your guy and you want to get your exposure up. Then
I think he's my guy, honestly. Okay.
Let's see how the early board goes.
The software would be perfect if I just had another screen, you know?
Yeah, if you dual monitor or something.
All right, Chase went 1, Bijan went 2, Saquon went 3. CeeDee Lamb. I mean,
are you in or out on Jefferson right now?
I feel like you have to be in on him. He's just quarterback proof.
Puka's moving back up.
Yeah, I'm kind of just out on him. I don't know. All right, so we get Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean,
I would got him at
even though he's dealing. I think it's a soft tissue thing, or he's missed a little bit of time. I think he's shown that he can do it with basically any quarterback. I don't think there's anything wrong with Jefferson.
No, I'm happy to get him there at 6. I haven't got him at 6 in a while.
Jefferson, if he's healthy and that offense is humming like it was last year, I could easily see him being the top receiver.
Yeah, easily. I don't think my exposure to Jefferson is that high because he usually goes at 4 or 5, and I feel like I don't get that pick very often.
Yeah, see, I think earlier in the year I was taking him at even the 2 spot, so I think I have a lot of Vikings teams. My exposure is probably pretty high on him, but
I feel like my exposure on Jamar is actually growing. I've been getting the 101 a lot.
I would like to get more 101. I mean, that's the only time you're really going to get your exposure up with him. But
yeah,
can you show the board?
Yeah. I think I clicked this right. Oh, this is nice. They seem to have changed this since last time we did this.
And I think you could, if you hit Control and scroll on your mouse, you can make it a little bit bigger or smaller if you needed to.
Like this.
Yeah, there you go. So if you wanted to make it bigger or smaller, but whatever works.
It'd be nice if you could draft also from this piece right here.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm curious now what my exposures are, so I'm going to pull them up real fast. Jefferson versus Chase. Jefferson, I'm at 14%, so definitely a little bit above average.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's bad though.
No, I'm fine to be over on him.
All right, we're on the clock actually. What do you think? A fade by the A chain dip?
Yeah, I mean we have a top receiver. I don't love. I think this flat tier So I like
I think we
HN.
should do it. Just this would be a unique team. Like I don't have any of these. I feel like A-Chain will probably be fine. So
Yeah, I was gonna say I think this is a pretty flat tier for receiver too. So unless you think Lad is above,
yeah, no, I'm so over this tier. I really have been going lately, or I'd recommend just going like McBride or the quarterbacks or Hampton. I mean, I have so many Josh Jacobs teams and Jonathan Taylor teams. I don't know about you. I mean, I think they're going to be good, but I kind of want to just spread it out a little bit now.
I don't disagree, and I do think that that tier of running backs has a higher likelihood of outscoring the receivers in that same area.
Yeah.
So I don't mind hitting receiver there, especially if you go wide receiver in the first round. But I don't see anything wrong with reaching for a McBride or taking an elite quarterback if you have the opportunity to do so.
No, I like taking Josh Jacobs there and Jonathan Taylor, but I've done like 200 drafts now, so it's just kind of.
Yeah, and it's getting exposure to other guys as well, so there's nothing wrong with mixing it up.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what Ja'Cory is going to go at in this draft because he just scored that touchdown.
Yeah, his stock's definitely rising. I was checking to see in a few of the slow drafts that I'm in where he's been going recently, and the most recent one I looked at, he went in like the 160s, which is not terrible, especially if he does win the job. But it's definitely, I mean, you were getting him for free, or he was.
We're on the clock. We're taking Josh Jacobs a panic pick. We just got him past ADP a good amount.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I realize we're on the clock.
I mean, 7 picks past ADP. I think he's still by far their lead back.
That's a great pick. Oh, dude, this team's very unique, dude.
So that gives us Achane and Jacobs and Jefferson at receiver.
So, heck yeah.
Good ADP values.
I thought it would do like a sound or something. I didn't even know we were on the board.
Yeah, I mean, from an ADP perspective, this team is definitely unique in regards that we got Achane 6 past ADP, we got Jacobs 7 past ADP. So, I mean, I feel like pairing those guys together is probably pretty unique.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm actually excited about this one. I mean, Achane could maybe miss a few weeks, but I think if we're going to get another Dolphins back, we might go Ollie Gordon instead of.
Everything that I've read recently is he's been much more explosive in the regular season or in the preseason than Wright.
Yeah, so way better.
Even if you can get Ollie Gordon for basically free as well. So if we wanted to tack him on, there's no bottom.
All right, we're 6 picks away. Okay, check the board. Yeah.
But I feel like
is there a way to? Oh, what did that just do? I don't know. I did that. Okay.
I feel like our next pick we'll have to see who comes back around to us, but
probably go receiver, huh?
Yeah, I don't hate receiver. Like I said, yeah, it looks like there's gonna be a lot of
calling too, dude. I mean, I don't think he's gonna make it to us, but if he does, this team's kind of crazy.
Who'd you say?
Devontae Adams is falling.
Oh, I mean that'd be definitely a faller. I would be about.
One of them should take him. Dude, the last 2 days there's just been some crazy ADP fallers.
I think because we are getting closer to the regular season, you're getting a few less. I would say more novice drafters. There's definitely been some.
I think it's like
people going after their guys.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah, I feel like you have to.
We're gonna win the puppy 3.
Yeah. So
I have a long-haired wiener dog Kiwi, and this might just be the winning puppy 3 team.
I mean, in the early rounds, I think you have to take value whenever it's given to you. And the fact that we've been able to get 3 guys past the ADP by
at least it's not even picks. That I'm like higher on these players. It's just I've done so many drafts when I can get like a unique combo. It's just like,
and not only that, but the ADPs matter to some extent. So like
they do.
Even if you like somebody better, when you see a value of that many picks, especially this early in the draft, it almost makes sense to lean toward that player. One, it's going to be unique, and 2, historically, those players at a higher ADP are going to score more than somebody 10 picks below them. Somebody 3 picks next to them may be similar, but a 10-pick swing could be a matter of 12 points, which would be an extra point or two per week, depending on if it hits all at the back end of the season or how it works out.
Yeah, for sure.
We're pretty balanced right now, too. Having Achane and Jacobs, Jefferson, and Adams, we can kind of go any direction with this next pick.
Travion's kind of interesting. He's been a hot name. Travis Hunter. Dude, should we just like swing for the fences and just like hope we get the rookie that goes absolutely insane?
I like Henderson. I don't mind Hunter. If I'm going with like my guys, in this range, I tend to like Sutton. I think that offense is
I like Sutton too.
I think he is.
Oh, he just won. So
yeah, I was gonna say I think he's solid production, but he goes. I mean, Breece Hall is another one that he's at this point he would be 13 picks past ADP.
Do we just take Breece 13 past ADP? Or do you
unless you could talk me into Travion as well if you like one of those guys better than the other, but they're both well past ADP. I think they're both good values in this range.
I think Breece. Let's just keep the unique team, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Breece at our RB3.
13 picks past ADP. Breece, I know he's been in the preseason. At least he's been splitting touches pretty evenly with Braylon, but I think he's
Travion's going to split with Ramondre too. So
yeah, I think Breece is a superior back all in all, and if they hand him the keys, getting him 13 picks past ADP, I mean, you can't beat the value. I mean, we have 3 stud running backs. Now we can kind of, if we wanted to, we could punt running back for a while and take upside guys late.
Yeah, I don't hate just focus on Allen later too.
Like, yeah, exactly. I mean, so we can, at this point, our running backs are set. Hopefully, Breece is hitting our flex, and now we can attack receiver. We can look for tight end. We can kind of open it up. And we are pretty well diverse. We have 5 different teams right now, so our stacking options are wide open as well. So we can keep that in mind whenever we're looking at receivers.
I don't hate stacking Jefferson later with what's his name?
Mason or Aaron Jones.
I don't know. Ball JJ McCarthy.
Oh, I thought you meant the running back, but yeah, I mean McCarthy's available late.
Dude, if we get Ricky Pearsall here, we're just gonna win. We're literally gonna win the puppy 3. I mean, Kamara's falling too. Yikes.
Yeah, we still
bro. This is the most wild draft I've done.
Yeah, this room is definitely giving us some value here. I mean, I like Pearsall a lot.
Good man, dude.
No, I mean, people are drafting normal teams. I would have to look at the rosters. It's not like anybody's picking only tight ends or anything like that. We're just getting good value for some
guys. We're gonna get Pearsall or Kamara. Oh my gosh.
I kind of hope it's Pearsall just because we are already 3
deep. We have to take Kamara, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kamara.
Right, and we don't draft any more running backs.
Yeah, well, we can shut it down and back now.
Which is basically the build that I had that made the finals last year. So I had 4 insane running backs, and then 2 good receivers. I don't hate getting like Keenan Allen on this team late.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we have to fill out our receiver room because you're able to start 3 of them minimum. So we need to get guys now that would have good volume, especially out of the gate. And once we have about 4 guys that I think would have good volume, then you can start taking upside swings. You kind of need to avoid at this point guys that are going to miss some time. Like I like Jordan Addison, but on this team, if he misses 3 to 4 games, that's not going to be helpful for us up front. So, I mean, we can see who's available on this next turn, but I do think we need to start focus on receiver at this point.
Yeah, I kind of wish we'd have got Pearsall there, but
yeah.
This team
for our build, Pearsall probably would have fit better, but I mean, getting Kamara there is still great value. That's 11 picks past ADP. So, I mean, we're just scooping up value right now.
Yeah. We also have we're going to have one of the best flex options out of most teams. One of these running backs is going to hit our flex most weeks.
Exactly. So it has to, otherwise we're in trouble. So, I mean, we have 3 really good running backs every week in our roster.
What do you feel about buying the dip on Shakir here?
I like Shakir strictly from a volume standpoint. I don't think if he's not going to miss any time. I like Shakir a lot.
Back week 1, so I think we take Shakir here. I like getting when I have a Jefferson or like studs like this, I like getting that third receiver, like a volume guy.
Yep.
That they're gonna hit your lineup.
Yeah. Especially if Josh Allen, if that's his go-to weapon, he might get 6, 7, 8, 9 targets a week. If he's catching, like I said, strictly off of volume, he can end up with 110 catches, and he'll basically hit your lineup every week.
Yep. No, I would say, dude, honestly, this might be my favorite team that I've drafted so far. And it's our first stream.
So again, I still think we should lean or look toward receivers. There's a couple names on the board that I'm pretty high on right now. We could also start looking at quarterbacks because they're going to start coming off the board here soon, but we have plenty of options, so we don't need to jump ahead of ourselves on anything. But I like this build a lot. Like I said, I think it's a little more running back heavy than I'm typically used to. Usually if I get a couple big names early at running back, I'll shut it down for a few rounds and just kind of fill out the receiver room. But whenever the board gives you this kind of value, you kind of just have to roll with it, and we'll build out the receivers as we need to and find our stacks where possible. So
yeah, maybe some receivers will fall because, like, I mean, if we get Josh Downs here, dude,
if we got this running back depth early, you have to think that people were taking receivers early. So hopefully they are filling out their receiver rooms early enough, and we'll get some guys that will come back to us. I know you had just mentioned Downs as well. Downs is one of my favorite receivers in the mid rounds. He showed his breakout potential last year, and I really think if that quarterback situation kind of pans out and he's getting leaned on basically as their top receiver, I think this could be a true breakout year for him.
No, I agree. I'd love to get him here. We'll see.
I also like Jaden Higgins as a rookie. I think he's going to be thrust into that offense. I think he's going to get a lot of targets out of the gate. Even if he's not running the slot, he's going to be on the outside for probably their premier option fighting with Jalen Noel, but he had the better draft capital. So if either of those guys are available, I'm fine with either of them. So we have our pick if they don't.
We got our pick in Josh Downs.
So Downs comes back to us, which is I love that. He's a handful of picks past ADP. That's our fourth receiver. We're very open to all stacking options now as well. If we wanted to look at quarterback, we have Rams, we have Minnesota, we have, like I said, the Indy quarterback. You can take your choose of the litter late, but you can also stack with any of our running backs. So I think we're wide open in that regard. I like how we've kind of been able to kind of play through some of this stuff.
Do you think Tyler Warren could have a season like Brock Bowers did last year?
I think it's going to depend on his usage. I think Bowers' biggest asset was the amount of targets that he was able to get in that offense. I do think if Indy is going to lean on some check down options and whatnot, I think he could be one of their better targets they have. I mean, he's definitely versatile. Yeah. I loved what he did at Penn State, so hopefully it translates over to the next level.
So what would your pick be right now if we were up?
I like Jaden Higgins just to get a little more depth. I like Warren as well. I would have to check stacking wise. I don't know if any of these quarterbacks really make sense for our team.
We probably could maybe wait to try to get McCarthy.
Yeah, I don't hate. Yeah, we could punt at least one more round. If we can secure McCarthy to have our main stack, you could probably get Stafford late just because of his injury woes right now as well. So,
would you rather go Higgins? Would you want to go Higgins?
Well, we're on the clock. Who's available?
We're on the clock. Yeah, Higgins.
Yeah, I do like Higgins just to kind of get an upside swing here.
More depth. Okay.
Yeah, it's an upside swing as well. Like I said, we don't really need running back.
I do think
he's well past ADP again. And I think, like I said, if he's their deep threat or if he gets a big amount of volume, I mean, that offense, you saw what it was able to do a couple years ago. I think it could be a thriving offense again, and he could be a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we are very running back and wide receiver heavy. We could, like I said, we can start looking at quarterback options. We can also look at tight ends if there's anything that's stack worthy or available that speaks to us. But I think we were able to fill out our receiver room actually really well for basically punting it at the beginning of the draft. So I really do like
Higgins way past ADP. This is about where he was going in April or May, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting him 11 past. I mean, we've really been able to scoop up a lot of good ADP values here.
But it's not just that. It's like actually players I like.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, Higgins actually opens up the Stroud door as well. So it gives us another stacking option.
Yeah.
Back door, so.
I know Minnesota has a good week 17.
Yeah, don't they play Detroit?
I think Houston has a decent one.
I don't know
Buffalo
theirs off the top
plays
of my head.
the Eagles, which I don't really love, but
Yeah, tough matchup, but it could be a shootout.
mm-hmm.
How many picks until we're up? We're up in about 5 picks, so it doesn't make. Let's see.
I mean, if Dak falls, I know we don't have a stack, but I think Dak might just throw a million touchdowns this year.
Yeah, I mean, we can always try to backdoor something with him as well, whether it be Ferguson or one of the backup running backs.
I like Njoku a lot this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in that offense, he could definitely be one of their top receivers. He showed it last year. I don't think we need to reach on anything either. I mean, we don't. Who are the next available quarterbacks?
So Drake May, Caleb, Goff, and then so McCarthy's close up here.
Being that, well, we might be able to get McCarthy on the swing around.
Yeah. We're up.
I don't hate. It's not that we need it. Like I said, I think we are well able to shut down the wide receiver or the running back room if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Is there any other? Like I said, do you feel like I don't hate the Njoku pick? We're on the clock here.
I don't hate taking Njoku here. Get a solid tight end.
Mm-hmm.
He could be top 5 tight end this year. Just kind of hope.
Yeah, that's at least gets us a start. We can always look to stack our second tight end or something like that. The other pick we could have done there would have been Kincaid, because we already have a bet on Shakir. But I like Njoku's upside. I have no problem taking him there, especially with the room that we already have built out.
Just hope McCarthy falls to us. If not, it's not the end of the world, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, we have other stacking options, but
overall, like, I really like this team. I mean,
yeah, like I said, we can
taking people top at ADP, but this is like a unique draft room right now.
I don't think there's anything wrong with taking ADP value, especially whenever it's given to you well past where people are typically taken. That's how you make unique teams, and that's how, hopefully, if people live up to their ADPs, that's how you can gain some advantage there.
Mm-hmm. So,
I see Jordan Love's also on the board too. So if we wanted, we could stack him up as well if need be.
So maybe the Drake May team would take McCarthy. I don't think this team would. So
yeah, they already have 2.
So
do they have anybody on Minnesota?
No.
So hopefully, it looks like McCarthy might come back to us here.
Would we want McCarthy here, or what do you think?
I think it makes sense. I mean, we don't have a quarterback. I think he's our best stacking option.
So, yeah, I think that's a plan. I just think Minnesota's going to be really good this year. I don't know if we want to keep hammering quarterback here. Maybe see if we could get Stroud on the way back.
If the room is going to give him to us, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I don't think we have a dire need at any other position right now. I do like Christian Kirk as well.
Me too.
So we'll see. Like
Dude,
I said,
honestly,
we'll see what it gives us.
Ja'Cory around is kind of interesting right now.
I don't hate taking the swing, but I think it's a little early at this point.
It is a little early, but he's gonna go in the 140s, I bet. Dude, this team's stacked.
If the receivers pan out how we hope and want them to,
they're projected to take a next step. Well, I know he's a rookie, but
his upside is great. They seem to really like him there in Houston.
If
he's able to step into that offense, he could be a big weapon for them.
Mm-hmm. Nico Collins has been banged up a little bit. So even if Nico misses time, I think he's going to be that X receiver.
And Christian Kirk is running out of the slot, but he hasn't been healthy his entire career either. So.
No, he hasn't.
So, I mean, we have stacking options with both Lawrence and Stroud. So if one of them were to come back to us, we could definitely buy in on one of them. Otherwise, like I said, we can.
I do think Lawrence is going to have a good season. I think he's going to start rushing the ball more, kind of like Baker Mayfield did with the Bucs last year. Now, Liam Cohen's there.
Mm-hmm.
So actually,
that offense has a lot of weapons too.
They do. I kind of like the Trevor.
Actually, who are our running backs? I don't know if we actually have a stacking option with Lawrence. For some reason, I thought we had.
We don't. We could get like Brenton Strange later though, or we could get Penix here.
I don't think we need to rush into a Lawrence. I mean, we already have one stack available.
How do you feel about Braylon Allen here? Do we want to get someone? This clock is so quick.
I'm open to anyone here. Like I said, I don't think we need running back necessarily. If you wanted to take a shot at Braylon Allen, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So we secured the Jets backfield. I know maybe for BestBall that's not everyone's favorite strategy, but I think they're both going to play. I think our running back room's like officially shut down now.
Yeah. I don't think there's a need to take another one.
I think this was just like so what I kind of do is try to like envision who could score the most in our flex right there.
Mm-hmm. The other names that I like around that position in this position, I think Demario Douglas is just going to get a lot of targets this year. So I like Kyle Williams. I think he has great upside. I like the prospect that he is, but it seems like right now, coach speak or whatever, he's definitely behind in the depth charts to Douglas. Like Douglas is kind of secured the number 2 spot right now. So I think if you're looking for early season production, he might just be the guy to have right now. Now, Kyle Williams might be down the stretch a better option for if you are to make the playoffs. But it's something to consider. I do think we should maybe look at a second quarterback option. I don't know like what stacking options we might have here, but we don't want to completely pass on quarterbacks and then get.
Who do you think has more upside this year, Bryce Young or Cam Ward?
Bryce Young showed flashes last year. I think Cam Ward has plenty of upside. I do like some of his options here. I don't know if he fits on this team necessarily.
Yeah, we could get Chig on Kongwu. It's easy to stack Chig with Cam. So your pick here, Bryce or Cam? You want?
Let's go with Cam. Let's go with the young guys.
I like that pick. This team's starting to remind me of that Puppy 3 team that went to the finals, dude. So we got.
I mean, if Cam.
He's not going to rush like Jaden Daniels, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know if he has the rushing upside to some of those guys, but if he can kind of figure out his footing early and if he's accurate, he uses his legs a little bit. I see the upside. I see the picture. They have a decent running game. Calvin Ridley's a good receiver. I think he has some weapons around him, so hopefully he can kind of take his step as a young quarterback and ascend that team to the next level.
I think our running backs are done. Do you agree?
Yeah. I think I would have been fine shutting it down at 4, but I think we're good in that regard.
Yeah,
I do think we should eventually. It doesn't have to happen now, like you had mentioned. Chig, I do think we at least need one more tight end, and then I do think we could use some more receiver depth. Being that we only have 5, I usually like to get a few more.
I think we could go one receiver. Or no, sorry, one tight end, maybe 2 or 3 receivers, and maybe another quarterback.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah, I would like another quarterback if the right one comes along. I do think next pick I would probably prioritize receiver next and kind of see what stacking options we have available. I mean, I guess we do have Tua if we wanted to stack with Achane.
That's actually a good idea because he's going to throw to Achane.
Yeah, I mean the upside, especially if like they lost Jonnu, so those targets are available. I think if we got 2, we could shut down the quarterback room and kind of focus on receiver and tight end.
I don't really like the receivers that are right here anyway.
So no, I actually was hoping that Thornton would fall to us. I think that he's going to get a lot of usage, especially on deep balls, but he went a few picks before us. So I think our quarterback situation's not bad. And like I said, if we plan to stack Chig with Ward toward the end of the draft, that gives us a second tight end. I wouldn't hate to see
Chig too.
That's okay. There are a couple other tight ends that I think have much more value than Chig. So I think that was a bit early on him. Honestly, I don't hate at all grabbing Likely on this team. I think his upside's really good, and he's kind of dipped a bit because of his injury. If he takes that next step and Mark Andrews falls off a little bit, I think he's a great pick. I also like Jonnu Smith. I think he's going to get a lot of usage in that Pittsburgh
offense. Me too. I think Jonnu Smith slept on.
And like I said, we already have who we hope is a volume guy in Njoku. So if you're looking for an upside pick, I think either of those guys have great upside. I think the usage for Jonnu is going to be a lot in Pittsburgh. And I think the same thing, if Likely can take that next step and overtake Andrews, he could hit your lineup on any given week if he's going to score 1, 2, 3 touchdowns a game, which he has shown he has the ability to do. So Likely does go.
So maybe our answer is Jonnu here. Or do you
like? Yeah, I mean, if Jonnu's available, I don't hate that. I think that's a good. And honestly, if we just went Njoku and Jonnu, I don't hate shutting it down at 2 there. We can see if anything else comes available, but I think that's a fine tight end room.
I don't mind some of these later receivers if we just hammer it for the rest of the pick. So we'd have 7 receivers.
Yeah, I usually find myself taking 6, 7, and if I'm very weak, I would go 8 receivers. But I think if we can get the 7 with some of the guys we like, I like our room right now. So there are definitely some late round flyers that I like at receiver. I definitely don't mind taking some swings and leaning on the guys that we got early enough. Jefferson can carry us. We got great ADP value on Adams, so hopefully those guys can. Like I said, we don't need them to hit our flex. We're hoping that's our running back slot, and hopefully one of the 2 of those guys can blow up and kind of carry us at receiver.
Yeah, I like that. Is there any? We don't really have any great stacking options, but
I mean, Minnesota, I'm sure they have some late receivers. That Alec and I can't pronounce his last name.
Naylor.
Yeah. He's definitely a late option that we could look to. I think you just passed him. But he's somebody that we could look at. Oh, no, not Jalen Naylor. But yes, he is available as well. I was saying that Alec Anomayor for Tennessee.
Oh, wait, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's crap.
He's somebody that we can look at.
That's a good idea.
Right there at 204, so we don't have to reach for him just yet. But I think he's a fine option if we wanted to take a swing. I like Pat Bryant if we're just looking for upside. I think they seem to like him in that offense. I think that Denver offense is going to be good this year. So I think there's definitely options still out available. Like I said, these are more upside swings. I don't think these guys need to be every week hitting our lineup. So
yeah, you know who got paid $36 million this offseason? Darius Slade.
Somebody's got to catch balls in that offense. They're going to be playing from behind.
Okay, who would you go here?
If we're looking at receiver, I like Pat Bryant. I mean, he's a young guy. It's an upside swing. If he takes a step, or even if it's later in the year, like I said, we don't need him to hit our lineup early. I like the upside swing there. I think he has potential. Mm-hmm. None of the other guys are like in a great situation. Quentin Johnson just got injured in the last preseason game, and with Keenan Allen signing, he might fall down the depth chart. Mm-hmm. Can you recap the team for anybody?
Might hit people's lineups for like 6 weeks because
Jefferson's injury, where he's been a little bit banged up, even though we expect him to be ready for week 1. Obviously, the suspension to Addison opens the door. So if he can take in that, he may already be the wide receiver 3. If he can take a step and gain the trust of McCarthy, I could definitely see him being a viable option.
Maybe in round 18. I don't hate it.
Can you go through the team for anybody who might be watching?
Yep. So we have McCarthy, Cam Ward, Tua. We got 4 running back spot. We're actually on the board, so I'll say that again. 196. Do you want to go Elick, or is that too many rookies?
No, I like the upside. I mean, you always want to be cautious whenever drafting rookies, but I think we have enough established veterans in our wide receiver room early where we do have 3 late rookies, but those are just upside swings.
Yeah. Okay, so we got McCarthy, Cam Ward, Tua. We have the Tua stack with AJ, and AJ's going to catch a lot of balls. Josh Jacobs, who I think is one of the safest pick in the 20s, but he actually fell to 30, which was amazing. Brees and Kamara fell, and then we got Braylon Allen because I think this is going to be a bit of a committee, and I do think he's talented.
Injury too
at 6, yeah. Brees could tear his ACL or something. Devontae, he fell 8 past ADP. That was good value there. We also got Josh Down to fall, Jaden Higgins to fall. Overall, like I think our receiver room is actually quite strong. I normally don't draft 3 rookies in a row, but it was good value on Jaden Higgins here. And then we also have the stack of Elick with Cam Ward, so I don't hate that.
Yeah, and like I said, if we wanted to get a late guy like a, I'm trying to see what receivers might give you a little more security, like almost a chaperone receiver.
Yeah, I think maybe like Slayton would be
sure. Yeah, or like even like a Hopkins if he was available. I feel like he would be a big name that might give you production out of the gate, where some of these rookies might struggle up front. But we're hoping with the rookie picks that they're going to hit your lineup down the stretch. Whenever if you can get a boom week in week 16 when one of those rookies comes on, that's what you're hoping for in that.
Yeah, no, good points. Yeah, I think we kind of go either a veteran receiver here, or would you rather get a stack with McCarthy? Or
I was going to say, if we wanted to go a stack with McCarthy, that's fine. Or if you wanted to look at tight end, if you think we need to firm up that tight end room, I'd be open to that as well. I think we're fine with the 2 we have, but if you wanted to get another piece there, I think that would be our only other option.
Yeah. Tyler Lockett, you could stack them with.
Or we have Tua. We could go Darren Waller if you think he's.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, if he's dead, then he's dead. But
Deontay Johnson?
Deontay. They just signed Isaiah Bond. I don't know. He might get buried on that depth chart.
All right. I just this is just a panic pick, but at least
I think it's fine.
Here. He had 6 touchdowns last year. Probably.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, if he's going to play during the suspension for Addison, or if Jefferson's injury pops back up because it is a hamstring, it's a reoccurrence issue. Yeah, Naylor might be thrust into a bigger role. So,
well, with the Addison suspension, they also, after he comes back, they have 2 international games, and usually those are like shitty fantasy. You don't really want to play a player in international games. They just, I don't know, like the travel, they just seem never to play that well. Maybe you get a random spike from Jalen Naylor week 2, and then maybe week 5 and 6. You never know.
And that's it for a late round pick in your 200s. If he can hit your lineup 1-2 times, that's more than you can ask for. I mean, if he has any week where he scores a touchdown, goes for 70 yards, and he hits your lineup, I think that's a win.
Mm-hmm. So if we just look at the team, I would say this is one of my favorite teams I've drafted in a while. Little thin at quarterback, but
I don't know if we're thin. I think we have 3 viable options. I just think we waited to take our options. So the draft capital isn't there necessarily, but it's not like we have a thin room. I think we have 3 starting quarterbacks. Miami's offense showed that they can be good. Minnesota's offense last year was one of the best in the league. So I don't hate our quarterback room.
No, I would say this is a good draft. I feel like we should just keep rolling because these drafts are kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that I noticed about that draft was just not trying to get ahead of ourselves and building out a room based off of what we thought our needs were, but taking the draft as it came to us. Whenever the draft room is going to give you that kind of ADP value, I think you just have to scoop it up and be willing to kind of roll with those punches and then build out your room after you kind of establish your core.
Mm-hmm. No, I would say A- maybe.
I like it. I like the upside. Like I said, and we need a few things to pan out, but taking those ADP values, being able to get Devontae Adams past ADP, and both those running backs. If that team is running back heavy, and those are the guys that are hitting our flex, all we need is 2 of those receivers to be consistent for us, and we could really do some damage.
Yeah. Well, plus our running backs are so good that they're often going to hit the flex. So we have 8 receivers just for 3 spots.
Exactly.
So it's not like we're really banking on them to hit the flex. Mm-hmm. I don't envision that happening too often because we have probably 4 top 20 running backs.
And that's the thing. If you're only needing 3 of those guys to hit your lineup, You have Justin Jefferson. He could be a top 1-2
Yeah, he's
receiver.
going to be there every week.
Exactly.
So then we have
Devontae Adams.
guys to Devontae Adams. So we have 6 guys maybe to hit just the third spot.
You just need your one of those guys to pan out and hit your lineup each week, and your flex is already covered by the running back spot. So, like I said, if we hit on any of those receivers, I think that team has great upside
in their new draft, as he always does.
All right, we're on the 3 spot.
Would you want to go? Would you want to do a unique team, like I said, maybe with Gibbs at 3, or we get Saquon?
If Gibbs is your guy, I'm fine with Gibbs. I've seen him go above Saquon a lot recently. You got 4 seconds.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I think it's just good to maybe just variance. Like, I have so much Saquon that.
Hey, you don't have to sell me on Gibbs. I think Gibbs could end up as the running back 1 this year. He has that kind of upside. And I think if their offense, if they decide to basically take a step back from Montgomery, basically, and give the reins to Gibbs, he has shown that he could be an every down back. When Montgomery's missed any amount of time, Gibbs is averaging almost 30 PPR fantasy points a game. He is a true workhorse back. So if there was an injury, or if they decide to hand him more of the reins and it's a 70-30 split, he could easily be a top 3. I mean, he already was, but he could solidify himself as the top 3 running back.
I think they're going to have less blowouts this year too. So they're going to be throwing more.
Sure.
And Gibbs is like one of the best pass catchers. So
exactly. I mean, if he catches, I don't remember exactly how many balls he caught last year, but it was probably over 60. So if he catches 70 balls, it's just, like I said, it's another element that he brings to the game.
Yeah, I like that.
And like I said, we drafted a Jefferson team last time, so mixing it up, see how we do after drafting a running back early. Maybe this draft room will be a little less forgiving in the ADP department, but we'll have to see how.
Yeah, I expect that every time.
Can you bring up the big board?
Yeah, sorry. Okay, we're up in the pigs. About to send this draft to.
I'm trying to see if there's anything out of the norm. Amon-Ra goes a little earlier than maybe typical, but I really like Amon-Ra in the first. I have no problem taking him up at 8. Other than that, it seems relatively standard. Drake London maybe a little bit early at the end of the first, but I don't have problems with that either.
No problem with that. Puka,
I don't know if Puka. I don't think he's dealing with any sort of injury. I don't know if that's strictly
Stafford.
Yeah, I think it must strictly be because of Stafford. But Stafford went back to practice today, so if Stafford's healthy, I would have. I mean, getting Puka to fall to what is that, 14? I think that's really good value. 15.
Chase Brown, a little early there.
He's one of my favorite backs right now. Especially, I have no problem taking him there.
Did you see how much Bucky was used in the Steelers game?
I was at the game. Yeah, he was really good. Especially they were throwing him out wide and using him as almost like a receiver. He has really good upside in the receiving as well. All right, we're on the clock.
For me, probably Taylor or Jacobs. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine with taking another back here. I like I said, this kind of tier of receivers doesn't really do it for me. I do think Ladd's going to be good.
We just took Josh Jacobs, so maybe
mix it up.
It's Taylor.
But between Ladd and T, neither one of those guys is, in my opinion, I don't know if they have the upside to explode and kind of overtake maybe the production that you're going to see from a Taylor or a Jacobs. So I don't mind going running back there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
what do you think right now, next on the board?
I was hoping T would have came back to us just to get that tier. I don't hate a McBride here if we wanted to go tight end, or if you wanted to go elite quarterback, I'm fine with that as well. I could be talking to a receiver, so I'm kind of open here, but I probably wouldn't go running back.
Yeah, me neither. Let's get McBride, week 7. Oh, we missed our pick, so let's see who we got. Who do we get?
You might need to.
Okay, we got McBride. So it did for us.
Anyway. I'm fine with McBride. I think he has the upside. I like the I like the Week 17 matchup, as you mentioned. I have no problem taking him early third.
Yeah. You know who I do have like such a little exposure to? Maybe it'll come back and kick me in the butt, but Marvin Harrison Jr.
I'm trying to get my exposure up as well.
Yeah.
I do think I have, being that I drafting early, and anytime that I do have a T Higgins team, or a Jamar Chase team, I will consider the Arizona stacks because they do play Week 17. So
yeah.
I do stack Harrison and Trey McBride with the Cincinnati players. So I can't say my exposure is too low. I'm probably right around average, but I have been leaning McBride over Harrison for a good portion of the early drafts that I've done. So I probably do need to get my Harrison exposure up a little bit.
Really early for Kittle there.
Flipping the board. I mean, if he's your guy and he's not going to make it back to you.
Yeah.
I do think it is early, though.
It's hard for me. It would have been hard. It's hard for me to draft Marvin Harrison over Trey McBride because I do think McBride's kind of like their wide receiver one. It looks like he's like.
I mean, he's proven. I mean, I think the thought process with Marv is that he's going to take that next step. I think that's going to be dependent on Kyler and how much they're able to do for him in that offense. But
yeah,
Trey has shown that he can do it. So, can you bring up the big board?
Yeah.
So, just to recap from the start, we have 2 running backs and a tight end. So, again, we might be in that same position where we need to focus on receivers a little bit in these next few rounds. But Gibbs and JT are definitely you would hope they hit your lineup every week. McBride is kind of your elite onesie tight end, so you can almost punt tight end until the later rounds, hopefully, and look for stacking options. But I don't hate this start.
Mm-mm. And this could be like 2 top 3 running backs.
Yeah. Everything that I've read, especially through camp, and he has had little exposure in their preseason games, but they're saying that offense is going to run through Jonathan Taylor. Being that the quarterback situation is a little bit suspect, I think they're just going to lean heavily on the running game.
Yeah, I agree. This Brian Thomas, Puka, Marvin Harrison team's pretty interesting. I don't have any like that.
Yeah, it's definitely wide receiver heavy. I think the Marvin Harrison fall there, he definitely was able to pick that up.
Josh Allen fell to 37, it looks like.
Wow. Yeah.
It's good value there. Burrow, pretty early there. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I was going to say it seems a little early for Burrow, especially on stack.
Picks, so I'm going to go back to the we definitely need a receiver now.
Yeah, so this actually worked out great for us because we need a receiver. Obviously, we have I don't want to say pick of the litter, but there's plenty of receiver options available to us. So I think we'll be able to find a nice little option here.
Do you like Devontae the best here?
I do like Devontae. The Rice stuff kind of messed things up. I really liked Worthy before the Rice suspension might get pushed, but I'm not afraid of McLaurin either. He showed what he could do last year. I really don't think when push comes to shove.
I think we might be able to get McLaurin at 51.
Oh, so yeah, you might be able to pick up a slide. In this position, I have no problem taking Devontae there.
So, yeah, we got him.
11 past ADP. I think people, like we kind of spoke to, I think people are a little bit scared about Stafford, and I'm fine gobbling up that kind of the slide that he has.
I actually would be excited for Worthy to fall here.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, we just got him to fall, so I think that's our answer. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I like Worthy.
Network care, great.
Boy, I think he's the top ADP. All right, we got him. But like I said, with the Rice suspension, if they kind of if he misses any time, Worthy showed what he was able to do last year. He was a target hog. He's a deep ball threat. I think I read something that he and Mahomes only connected on like 1 or 2 deep balls, and if he catches 3 or 4 more of those, he could have doubled his touchdown total from last year. So I think his regression in the touchdown department.
He gets those reverses too.
Mm-hmm.
They like to do that.
I mean, and again, 11 pass ADP, so we're getting some great ADP values. I think when you have a receiver that you can kind of get at value after taking those early backs, I mean, I have no issues with our receiver room.
No, I like it. I think we could, I guess, these boards are weird, dude. I think we got like people coming in and doing their first drafts.
And like I said, I mean, later in the season, sometimes you just get in rooms where people want to get their guys. So
yeah,
if you're willing to maybe do a boring draft and just go off of ADP, I mean, you're going to get some sliders, you're going to get some value. Hopefully, you can build out some unique rooms that way.
Yeah. I'm not a normal ADP hog, but I feel like I've done so many drafts that at this point of the year, I need to kind of just try to make my teams more unique.
And the best way to do that is just by picking up ADP values, because you're going to get unique stacks whenever your guys fall past ADP.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, we've been doing drafts probably longer than most people that are getting into drafts now. So what I focus on, or what I found myself focusing on recently, is my exposures, trying to get people that I don't draft as frequently, and getting unique combinations. I've been taking a lot of elite quarterback in the third. I've been taking a lot of risers that have been doing good in preseason. So I've been getting different combinations of players, trying to kind of build out different types of rooms in that way.
Who you like on the board here? Obviously, Buka just went. So.
I like the Buka. He's shown some really good things, but honestly, from a consistency standpoint and knowing what you have seen, I like Zay.
Me too. That would be a good pick.
I was also going to say Debo, being that if there is any sort of weariness with McLaurin, I think he's going to get used. I read something today that they were going to use him in the running back position as well, being that Robinson might be on the move.
Mm-hmm. I'm really not an Olave guy. I just think that team stinks.
Yeah, especially with that, the quarterback room's a little suspect. I probably need to get a little more Olave, and my exposure is probably very low. But
I like Jacoby Myers. I just think he's going to have
the
best season.
I like Myers. I like Judy. I know that offense is scary in that quarterback situation, but I think Judy could have a ton of targets, and he showed his consistency last year.
Judy or Myers here, you can pick it.
I like Diggs too, but I would go. I like Myers. I'm fine with Myers. I didn't know. I was looking for if we had any stacking options.
There's no stacks there. I think it's just that's a pretty. He has a low floor. Maybe he's not made the most upside player, but he's going to get.
I think that offense could take a step in Vegas.
Me too. I think the Drino is actually going to put up some points. So, I kind of wish Tony Pollard would have held up here. Now Chris Olave fell. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean that's just good value.
I don't really like him though. I did like Jawan Jennings for a long time, but he's kind of. We have Jerry Jeudy. I think we almost took Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I'm fine with the Jeudy pick there. I think that's a good value.
So I actually don't hate our receiver room.
No, I like it.
I've actually hated Jerry Jeudy with a passion. No offense, Jerry Jeudy, but last year he seemed to actually ascend.
It's not a sexy receiver room. I mean, Jacoby Myers and Jerry Jeudy they're not going to win you any.
No, it's not. But that's what we have Gibbs for, and Jonathan Taylor and McBride.
But like I said, you don't always need sexy. I mean, if four of those guys need to hit our lineup, we have Myers and Jeudy who might just be volume guys. That if they get a ton of targets and they're hitting our lineup, that's what you're looking for there.
Now this is a weird pick to me. For me, Mahomes here, no stack.
Maybe just hoping that offense turns around this year. He has been a little bit questionable as a fantasy quarterback, but
I don't have a lot of Geno exposure. Maybe get some of that Las Vegas offense later.
Yeah, I like Geno as an option there.
We don't really have any good stacking options besides Kyler. So Kyler's at 96.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we need to rush into a quarterback. We have plenty of options in that room.
I do love, honestly, Tyrone Tracy. I think he's just the best running back. Jaylen Warren also is sneaking up my board a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's their best pass blocker, and Rodgers is going to want him in. But also, who's the guy from the Eagles that just went to the Steelers? It looks like he's going to be playing a little bit more than we thought.
Yeah, what I did think Caleb Johnson looked a bit better in their last preseason game, but I think it's Jaylen Warren's job to lose, and they've been using Gainwell as their third down back. So if Caleb doesn't take the starting position, I don't think he's going to be brought in on third downs. So
Yeah.
If Warren is their guy and he's a better pass blocker and he wins the job, it's going to be his to lose up front, I think.
Mm-hmm. Right around this range. I mean, we just went Josh Downs, but I think I don't know if we need another receiver right here.
I'd be fine. Like I said, I think this team's pretty well balanced up front. I'm fine to go in any sort of direction that we think might be that's kind of given us.
The Kyler stack would be good with McBride for week 17.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we really have any good options for stacking other than Gino and Kyler here.
Yeah, and we could go Detroit if you wanted to stack with Gibbs.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, there's plenty of options. I know Mahomes is gone, but you could also go Stafford if you wanted. So I don't think the door's shut on our stacking options, and you could also
Josh downfalls. I mean,
I love Downs. I know we talked about it in the last draft, but I think he's another great option for upside as well. So I have no problem taking him.
I feel like if Downs falls, maybe we scoop him up. But if
not only that, but that would give us we already have Jonathan Taylor as well, so we could
some correlation.
We could tack on one of their either Anthony Richardson or I'm drawing a blank on the other quarterback's name from the Giants, but if we could tack on one of their two quarterbacks at the end of the draft and have a nice little stack built out there.
What do you think? Do we go Josh Downs here, scoop up Kyle back?
I mean, I like Downs. I think we have a more likelihood of Arizona Kyler coming back to us. Maybe we could have looked at this. Do they have Marv on one of these teams? I don't think they do.
I don't know. I gotta find out. No, they don't.
Yeah, so I think that would have been the only reason for them to reach for Kyler.
There really should be a way to draft. Oh, can you? No. There should be a way to
search it. I think Kyler should come back.
Draft from the board would be nice. I mean, I think we take Kyler here. I mean, Baker's probably.
I think this would be a perfect Kyler pick.
This is a great Kyler pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really a Kyler guy, but he does throw the ball to Jerry McBride. So.
Yeah, and he said himself that he wanted to rush more this year. If he picks up his rushing and he scores 6 rushing touchdowns and that offense takes a step, I think he's a fine quarterback one, especially when he's stacked up with one of his best options.
Yeah, we might have the least sexy wide receiver room you could have, but I think they're all good. Actually going to put up.
I think they're good value. I actually like this room. It's definitely not something that I get often. I don't typically get Judy and Myers on the same team, but I like it.
I mean, I like it too because we also have McBride. Now, this would be kind of an ugly receiver room if we didn't have McBride, I think. But I mean, I
think getting Devontae well past ADP kind of opened the door for this receiver room. Because you're able to kind of get maybe some more boring guys knowing that you got such good value early.
I mean, this Xavier Worthy's an exciting pick. Josh Downs explosive too. So
mm-hmm.
Now we're getting a little thin at running back. I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. I think our next pick, we could definitely look for, but honestly and truly, we might have 2 top 7 running backs. So I don't hate getting a guy that we like or taking an upside swing on a guy that we think has big potential. Because being that we have 5 receivers, on this team, you would hope that one of those guys is hitting your flex.
Yeah. Judkins is kind of a stay away from me now. I mean, his signing's on hold, so
I saw that as well. I have a lot of Judkins hoping that he was going to get off the hook and sign and be their guy out of the gate after his ADP plummeted, but now it's looking like that might not be the case. So
I think Darnell Mooney is actually going to hit your lineup a decent amount. I'm not really worried about his injury.
Yeah, I was going to say the injury scares me a little bit actually, but I do think he had good value. He showed his upside last year.
The running backs around this range are just – I mean, I think Tank Bigsby just might be the starter in Jacksonville. I mean, that's how it seemed like in the last preseason game.
The first preseason game, ETN took a lot of the touches, but Bigsby got the first look in the last preseason game. So I think I could see that being a split, but it wouldn't surprise me. Look at where your boy who just went off the board.
Caleb?
No. 2 picks ago.
Corey Cross get married. Oh, my gosh.
In the 10th round. That is early.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could buy
I
into the
actually
hype.
kind of like this guy's team, though, besides that team's actually kind of good.
It is good. I mean, he's taking upside swings, but that seems, we'll have to see. If he wins the job, maybe that's a great pick, but it seems a little early. I've seen him going a bit later than that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're up in 2.
We really need a running back. I mean, Tank Bigsby is probably my favorite running back on the board.
If you like Bigsby, then maybe we could at least push it around the turn, because
okay.
I don't think he's going to go off the board this early, and I don't think we need necessarily to jump yet. If there's anything else that we need and you want to wait for Bigsby, then we'll scoop that up first.
I like Tucker Kraft. I like Christian Kirk. I like Njoku.
I like Kirk. Why don't we go Kirk here?
Okay, I like that.
I think he's a volume guy. I think
he doesn't get hurt. Yeah, he's going to get a lot of targets. So,
And then, like I said, if that's your guy and you think that Bigsby could win that job or might be the best running back in that room, then I don't mind taking him here. But I think it was just a little early in that first pick.
No, yeah, good point. So like Dak's been falling in the last 2 drafts here. Yeah, I would say, Keenan Allen. That's your brother's boyfriend. So,
what other running backs? Can you just hit the running back tab?
Yeah. So it's not pretty at all.
I like Javonte, but again, I think that's down the road. If you like Bigsby, I'm fine with taking Bigsby.
Let's take Tank. Did Tootin already go?
No.
It's not bad to grab. Like, honestly, sometimes I know maybe that's not the best ball thing, but you just grab both of them.
I don't mind taking swings at both of them, but for this type of room, we might just want to at least get one more established back. Like, honestly, for a room like this, I don't hate drafting like a Javonte. It seems like he's kind of entrenched himself at the top of that backfield room. So even if you're only getting production early, then you hope.
The reports right now.
What's up?
Are those the reports right now?
Yeah, it seems like he's kind of it's his job to lose. And then Jaden Blue's coming back off injury, so he hasn't been getting as much first team snaps. Miles Sanders is listed as the number 2, but I think he and Blue are kind of fighting for that number 2 spot. It seems like from what I had read, Javonte has the job to lose at this point. Not that I think Javonte is a stellar back, but early production, you have to take that into
account here.
So we do have some time before the running backs come back, but I do think backs are probably still our primary need.
Yeah.
We could also start looking at other quarterback options. It does look like over the last 3 rounds, a lot of quarterbacks came off the board. So we don't want to get boxed out, even though we do have one good stack already available.
I don't hate waiting for Geno.
Yeah, no, I don't either. If we did grab Geno, would you shut it down at 2 quarterbacks, being Geno and Kyler? Or would
I don't think so, honestly. Sometimes I like getting Anthony Richardson because he's going to hit your lineup like 4 times. I mean, he's probably going to get benched. But
especially because we have Downs. I actually like that because we have Downs and Taylor. So knowing that we have Richardson and or why can I not think of the Giants quarterback that went to Indy?
Daniel Jones. I don't want any Daniel Jones, but
being that we could grab one of those 2 options and and they could hit either of them, I feel like could hit the lineup, being that they both run as well. We would have them stacked up at running back and receiver. I think that's actually smart. Having that in the back pocket and then looking for Geno, I'm fine with those 3 quarterbacks.
Now, what is Richardson ADP these days? So 174, we'll just kind of monitor that. I don't hate
Geno's at 160, so we need to be conscious of that as well. Honestly, I think we could go one more pick, maybe a running back, if the right one falls, and then pick up Geno on the back end.
Yeah, we could get Javonte here if you want to go that.
If he's available, I would like that pick. I also don't hate Spears. I know he's dealing with the ankle, but I
have a lot of Spears. Yeah, so I don't have a lot of Javonte, so let's do that. I was really big on Spears. Maybe I wouldn't hate grabbing Spears at 147.
How far down the board is Geno? Will he come back to us is my only question.
161.
Like, when's our next pick?
166.
So do we want to risk losing out on Geno? Would you feel?
You'd rather have Spears or the stack?
I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable with the quarterback room with just Richardson and Kyler.
Yeah,
I think it's probably smarter to go Geno here.
Yeah, I think Geno, like the Raiders' offense, is kind of slept on right now.
Mm-hmm. I think that's safer. I don't think Spears will come back to us, but if he does, I'd be fine taking him. But like I said, with our running back room right now, it wouldn't necessarily need Spears to hit our lineup. It would just be
probably hit our lineup more than Spears will.
Yeah.
I would like to grab Richardson on this team, though, I think.
Oh, I think that's smart. I actually like that a lot.
Because, like, what if he's just, like, plays and is good?
Yeah.
I mean,
if he wins the job and you've seen his rushing upside. I think he could be a definite asset.
Yeah. But this time last year, he was going in, like, the 5th or 6th round of these drafts. So, I mean, the upside's definitely there. I mean, I don't love our running back room. I think I kind of like having some running backs that can hit our flex, but this is one of the bills that our receivers are a little better. So,
and like I said, I think if we can get another running back or two that we think is going to have production early, then you could start taking swings at guys that might hit your lineup down the stretch.
No, I like that. We only have one tight end too, so just keep that in mind. We probably only need one more of those.
I was going to say, being that we have Trey, he is one of the elite tight ends. I don't mind only having two on a team with Trey. So if we have a nice stacking option,
so
obviously
that would be
hours of Geno. But yeah, we can. I have no problem just tacking on another upside tight end to pair with Trey.
Mm-hmm. Hunter Henry only did have 2 touchdowns last year. I think that's going to be positive regression.
Oh, I definitely agree. I like Henry as an option. Like I said, if he was a value and we didn't love anybody else in that range, I wouldn't mind grabbing him. Honestly, running back wise, Eckler's available around here. I don't hate Rashawn White. I know he's dealing with an injury.
Yeah. But dude, I actually really like that Eckler pick now that you say it. I think he might have a larger role,
especially at the beginning of the year, and that's kind of what we need on a team.
It's gonna hit your lineup, like a team like this, like someone who's gonna. I mean, I feel like it might be a more even split than.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could be wrong, but why would you, I mean,
he's been there passing back, like they're receiving back. I think this would be a very good Eckler team if he were to fall to us.
Yeah, I really like that Eckler pick, and then we can see if we can snag Richardson.
We'd have to see what Richardson's ADP is.
Okay, so our boy just dang it. So Richardson's 174. I think he'd fall to us to the turn. I don't really love anyone on the board right here.
Is do you like a tight end maybe to pair here? Maybe like a Likely?
Yeah, actually, I actually like that pick because we probably won't need him that much,
especially in the beginning of the year.
At the beginning of the year, we'll have McBride. When's their buys? 8 and 7. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
and I think Likely has great upside. Again, when you have,
I think that's a good pick, and then we're gonna get the upside here with Richardson potentially.
Mm-hmm. And I think being that you're expecting Trey to hit your lineup most weeks, but whenever Likely has that
big week,
the spike week, that's what you're looking for.
I think that was a really good pick. Good idea there. I would have liked to get Eckler on this team because I do think we're a little bit thin there.
Yeah,
but
I do think our next, at least maybe one of our next picks, if not both, should be running back here.
I wouldn't hate getting some exposure to Ollie Gordon.
Sure. I think that's a good upside swing.
Yeah, because you never know. A-Chains does have that soft tissue injury. I know we just took him in our last draft, but you never know.
Yeah, and
kind of a small.
From what I'd heard, I think we discussed it previously as well, but I've heard Ollie Gordon has had a much better camp and preseason start than Jalen Wright, so I don't mind taking the swing there. For another it's not a sexy pick, but Rico Dowdle, I think, is going to get some work in that Carolina offense.
I think you're right too. I don't have much Dowdle. I wouldn't hate like on our next
a team like this.
Dowdle and then Ollie Gordon.
Mm-hmm. I do think. I mean, Dowdle's a 1,000-yard rusher. I don't think they're just going to phase him out of that offense. I think he's going to get some touches.
Or 10 picks away, so I don't think he would probably fall to us there, but
we'll see. What other running backs are like next?
Woody Marks. I mean, Woody Marks might not be a terrible pick. I don't know how you feel about him.
Yeah, I view him similarly to Ollie Gordon, where it is an upside swing, but you can make the case for it.
Especially because Mixon's already hurt.
Mm-hmm. And Chubb is aging. He's coming off another big injury.
Yeah, so. I don't feel great about Chubb.
I mean, I think Woody Marks, especially if he makes an impact early, he could be another down the stretch. Mm-hmm. If he can find his way into that lineup, he could be an asset.
I think they're going to throw a million times, and I don't think Chubb's ever been a great pass catcher. So I think maybe it's not Ollie Gordon.
Look at that.
Even Dameon Pierce, he already's had 1,000 yards for Houston before. I've actually been taking a little bit Dameon Pierce. You never know.
Look at the team that just drafted. Their last 3 picks: Sean Tucker, Chris Rodriguez, and Troy Franklin. They are riding the hype train on some of the.
This might be one of the worst teams I've ever seen.
They're riding the preseason hype train on some of these guys for sure.
Yeah,
banking on injuries. The Rashad White injury.
We are on the board. Panic. Roshan or Woody Marks? What do you think?
I would probably take Marks as the upside. I don't love Roshan.
Me neither. Okay.
What other running backs are available? If we wanted to take another. Running backs are.
I wouldn't mind to throw at Ollie Gordon here. I don't have much of him. Maybe he's just going to play.
I was saying earlier how I think Sanders is kind of losing pace to blue. I don't love him. I don't hate Taj Brooks. I think Chase Brown could be their bell cow 3-down back, but if he were to go down, Brooks is the only healthy guy behind him. But I don't mind.
I'm going to take Ollie Gordon here just because my exposure is low, but no, those are good points on all those players.
No, I like Gordon.
Now we have just a recap: three quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 6 receivers. Maybe I don't think we really need anything right now, so maybe we just see the board when we're up next.
No, I agree. I think we're probably still weakest at running back for this room. Not that I dislike this room, because we took those 2 studs early. I think they'll be our hammers. And if we only technically need to start 2, hopefully neither of them will get hurt, and that we're only going to need one of those other backs to hit our lineup on their bye weeks. So having those upside guys and a few guys like a Javonte who maybe can produce for you in a week or 2 where you in a pinch where you need him. I don't mind the running back room, even though it is probably our weak spot.
Yeah.
I think our receivers are solid enough where you could shut that room down if you wanted to, or you could take a swing at a rookie that you might like.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate taking a swing at a rookie here for a receiver.
Are there any stacking options for Kyler or Geno or Richardson?
I think Mike Wilson's off the board.
You could do Betch. I know he might have lost his job to Thornton, but
I don't hate that. We could do that. I haven't been drafting him in a while.
Yeah, my exposure. I have a lot of Betch. I thought he was going to be the guy, but Thornton.
Yeah, it seems. Okay. I think they play different positions though. Oh, what says it's fine.
Thornton is a bigger receiver on the outside. I think he fits their need more, but
he might just be one of those players that run straight though, and they're not really targeting him. Like kind of
one injury, and Betch might be.
Yeah, we could stack it here. I mean, I don't really love any of this. I mean, Roman Wilson also had a good preseason game, but we can take Betch here. Ooh. Oh, did the audio cut out? Okay, so that was our draft was ended. I don't like it as much as our last team. It looks like we lost Eric here on the audio.
No, I'm back. All right, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to try? Are you done, or do you want to do one more on your account?
I'm fine. If you want to keep going, I would do one more.
Do you want to try to share your screen on the StreamYard?
Sure, I can try.
Okay, so just click. Just it should work. Wait,
present?
this site's nice, dude. I like this. I wonder if we're still live.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any limits on timing as well. So
no, just the other stuff was giving me a headache.
It was definitely. I think it would have worked well if we could have figured it out, but it was definitely a little more involved than maybe we had the time for tonight.
Yeah.
Do I need to hit the present tab or something? I'm not exactly sure how to share my screen.
So you see where the X is? Wait, I wonder if we're even live right now, dude. I don't even know if we are.
The top left of the screen says live.
Okay. I wonder if we are, because if I go on YouTube, it doesn't show anything.
Like I said, it's still ticking, so I'm not sure if it's feeding over to YouTube or not. But
let me check. Yeah, there's. Oh yeah, no, it's working. Nice. Okay.
Do you want to show me how to, or can you?
Yeah. So do you see where like the red and leave studio button is?
Yeah.
So it's just 3 over 1, 2. Yeah. To the left.
Is it the camera button or is it the one next to that?
Oh, maybe since you're not a presenter, maybe I have to give you permissions.
Yeah, there's a present button I have. That's why I didn't know if it was that.
Probably is that. Yeah.
Share screen. Let's see. Are you able to see?
Not yet. Oh, then we just had to add to stage. Oh, okay, I have to remove this from the stage. Remove. So now, okay. There we go.
Is that
so yeah, if you just expand.
What do you mean expand?
Oh, like if you make your browser bigger. There we go. All right. We're good.
So can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna draw in. Let me see if they're still available. I only have $6 in my account right now, so I might have to do a. I'm gonna jump in one of these Pomeranians real fast. Okay. But we'll get it going here.
I don't hate that 3 out of 12 advancement.
Yeah, and one of 6 for the next two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the advance rates for this contest actually a lot. So
I didn't even know there was one of these right now. Oh, 5.
Yeah, I think it just opened up today.
5's probably the best pick in my opinion, because you either get Jefferson and Gibbs, and then you can get elite quarterback with them.
Yeah, I don't mind this. I've been getting a lot of the back end of the first, so I don't mind getting a top 6 pick, honestly. So we'll have to see who falls to us. I would love to. I mean, I've never seen a Chase fall to a 5 or anything, but like you said, I would be fine with the Gibbs or Jefferson. Wouldn't hate it. Like I said, I would be open to a Saquon or something like that, but we can see how the board falls. Should be starting here shortly.
Dude, that team 2 teams goes insane.
It was good. I did like the first team that we drafted a little bit better than the second. Yeah, but I think the second team has a good upside as well. I think there's a good chance there.
Mm-hmm. It is really crazy to get A-Chain, Josh Jacobs, Breece Hall, and Kamara, though. That's so rare.
Yeah, I mean, those are some crazy ADP values. Chase early, Bijan. I think it's fairly certain at this point that Bijan has overtaken Saquon.
Yeah.
At least in these drafts. I think it's pretty consistent in that regard. Lamb, Barkley. So we're on the clock. We have Gibbs or Jefferson. Do you have a preference here? I know We already did a Gibbs team and a
Gibbs, I
Jones
think,
team.
yeah, probably Gibbs for me, but it can't go wrong. I don't think. I think Gibbs. I like Gibbs better than Bijan, honestly, but.
Hey, I think the case can be made. Like I said, we kind of talked about it a little bit already, but I have no qualms with if you took Gibbs number 1 overall.
I think, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a coin flip. You got to get a little lucky with what.
But I think you have to think about floor as well. Like obviously Chase, I think he has the safest floor for the receivers. But for running backs, I think with the receiving and that offense is obviously very high powered. I think Gibbs' floor is as safe as anybody's.
Mm-hmm. People always talk about Montgomery too, but Algier still plays a ton. I think he had 125 carries last year.
Mm-hmm. Is that too close, or how does that look?
It looks good.
Okay, I can't really see the stream as I did prior because I'm more in the sharing. Myself.
Yeah, no, I know. I gotta get a dual monitor. I have one, but it's not for my Mac.
So just to recap, it looks nothing too out of the normal. Collins before Neighbors and Thomas. It looks like Thomas is sneaking back into the first round. I think his ADP right now is right around 13, but not abnormal. What would be your ideal build here? Are you looking for a receiver in the second round here, or are you looking for another running back?
I was talking about with some of my buddies today. I almost like the receivers in round 4 the same as I do in round 2. Mm-hmm. So
I agree. I've kind of fallen off on a lot of the receivers. I mean, there are some names that I like. I think there are some good values with AJ Brown and a couple of the other guys. London I like, but once you get to the back end, I think there's definitely a tier break.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I meant round 3, but I mean, I like T, but
I think he's in that second tier.
Yeah, I think he's more close to in the 40s than he is. I mean, his points per game is insane, but
he's also a little bit injury prone.
No, exactly. He is. He's been kind of a stay away from me.
What are your we're on the clock here, sorry to cut you off. What are your thoughts on Brock, or would you want to go running back? Do you like Ladd?
I like Brock here.
I don't mind Brock. I like doing some late tight end
teams. Much of them, it seems.
I think that's good Brock value right around ADP. Decent to build out a different type of team like that. So take a 1-pick ADP value and kind of see how the board falls us on this next pick.
Mm-hmm.
Up in 5. Lamar goes a little bit early. I saw Brown went early as well. Brown went at 14? That seems a little early for him, but
maybe we'll get some value here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how the room looks. Lamar at the end of the second is definitely a little bit early, but
does McConkey make you a little nervous now that they have Keenan Allen?
I think he's going to be the guy. I think Keenan will be a secondary piece, but I think him falling to that. I don't know if I've ever seen him fall to
around the clock.
Yeah, the last pick of the second. Who do we like here? We have. Well, we already went. Josh Allen, or do you like
Josh Allen or one other? Maybe I don't have much Marvin Harrison. I hate going Josh Allen here.
We're gonna go. Oh no.
Who do we get? Oh, we got McBride.
Well, not ideal there. Should have been a little more prepared. That's on me. But
couldn't they go in? Couldn't he go in the flex though?
I'm not sure how those builds work.
Let me look this up. Can tight end.
Look in the
underdog.
I was gonna say look at the roster construction for this.
Yes, a tight end can be placed in the flex. So I mean, so
it's not ideal, but
it's not a good idea. But hey,
I don't know if I ever built a double elite tight end.
No, okay, so building thumbnail, building double tag tight end early is the meta.
Oh man, I can definitely say this is probably a unique combination.
No, I mean I don't hate it because of that,
I don't think I love it, but
no, I don't like it. But just think of one of them. So think about one of them as a receiver for your flex, and then you also don't ever have to draft night. It's not a good idea.
No. On the bright side, I think we could shut down the tight end room. We'll have to see what receivers are available. I was trying to go Harrison there. I obviously wasn't paying good enough attention or didn't give myself enough time. But I think Allen or Harrison there would have been fine. We'll have to see who comes back to us. We're on the clock in 3, so I'm going to be a little more available now. Terry and Worthy are the best available receivers. Pickens is also available.
I'm worried about Terry a little bit. Like, he's not even at camp. Like, I mean, maybe we take him here, but
we're on the clock, so we have Terry.
That's like DJ Moore, Sutton, but who? I mean, I don't know.
I'm fine with Moore. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think that's the. I think he's kind of quarterback proof. I think his ADP is a little slept on here.
So DJ Moore does slot into our wide receiver 1 spot. So I do think we'll have to look at what receivers are available next. This is a nice slot for the receiver. So maybe we can get a Sutton or a Metcalf, another top tier receiver to pair with him here.
Yeah. Maybe if Terry falls, that's a little interesting too. But still, I don't know if I have a lot of them earlier. I don't know about you, but at what point? It's August. Like, the games are starting real. So he already wants that decisions gone for us. So DK is off the board too. Ridley, Sutton.
I like Ridley and Sutton. I think Jameson, I mean, he's probably the value pick here, but he's not my favorite receiver. He would pair well with Gibbs, though, if we wanted to go for that stack.
I like Jameson better in best ball than I do redraft, but.
Do you want to do the Jameson stack with Gibbs, or do you want to go Sutton?
I kind of like the stack, and I like the Jameson could in week 17 have 40 points. Right. Like, I think if you think about like in redraft, I think Jameson Williams is both a player we hate, but the strategy is a little bit different because he might have 30 points like 4 times. So
and like I said, even if Jameson Williams isn't my favorite click, I think on this team where you already have a Gibbs, you're building out that stack, and this is the time to take him. So you also get him 8 picks past ADP. So I think if there is a team that makes sense to draft him on, it's this one. So
week 17 might be a high scoring game too. So
sure. So just to recap, we have Gibbs with DJ Moore and Jameson Williams at receiver, and then we have the double elite tight end with Bowers and McBride. So again, not an ideal build, but we'll see. Maybe we can save the room and see how it turns out, and it'll definitely be unique. And who knows? If this team somehow does make it through and advances, having Bowers and McBride, maybe that's a cheat code. I do think we should prioritize, or at least make a point to keep in mind where Goff goes. I think he's our
he'd be good to go.
Premier stacking option, but obviously you have Geno, you have your Kyler, so we're not boxed out in that regard. We can look at next pick. Like I said, I'll bring up the big board, but I think we're open. Definitely look at running backs to see if there's anybody that jumps out to us. Receivers obviously open as well. We're I would say a little behind the 8 ball in those regards, just because we took 2 tight ends early.
Yeah.
But
let's save just best available who we think out of running back receiver next.
I think that's smart. Definitely a few a run on receivers here. We had Flowers, Pearsall, Ibuka, a lot of the names that I like in that range. Samuels is available. I like Diggs. We're in that kind of same range as last draft, where there are some names that I still like in this range. So we're up next. If you had your pick of these receivers, who do you prefer? I was hoping Samuels fell.
I mean, I like Pollard or Swift here probably. I don't know. We already took some Judy. And
I'm high on Pollard. I like
me too.
I think he's
here, so I think RB2 this season.
Especially with the injury to Spears coming out of the gate. I think if he kind of separates himself in that race, hopefully he can be a big asset. We're going to need him to be. Hopefully one of these receivers, I don't love Addison coming with that suspension. I hope maybe either Diggs or Jennings would make it back to us here.
Do you like Diggs?
I do. I like Diggs in that offense. I think New England's offense is going to be better this year, and he's by far, I think, their top option. So,
I don't have a lot of digs. I don't know why. I guess
I would draft him more early. I don't have any recently because of the the issues he was facing.
There's a good fall on Swift here, but we are thinner receivers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't. If Swift fell to us, I'm not opposed to it. I don't love Addison. Well, he went.
Shakir, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I would rather Shakir on this team being the Addison suspension.
Yeah.
We already spoke to his volume that he might see, and I mean I like drafting top receivers on good offenses, and Buffalo's offense has historically been good when you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think hopefully he just leans on his guy, and they pay Shakir, and hopefully he gets the production. I'll pull up the big board, but just to recap our team right now, we have Gibbs and Pollard at running back. We have DJ Moore, Jameson Williams, and Khalil Shakir at receiver. And then the double elite tight end, Bowers and Bride. So, again, this is going to be a little bit of a wonky build, but we'll see if we can dig our way out and figure out the best way to construct this team.
That's funny. I definitely don't have any of this still.
No, that was not by choice, but we'll see. Like I said, maybe we can land the ship and figure out a way to construct a decent roster.
One of them's definitely going to hit the flex, though, sometimes.
Oh, you would hope, being that both those guys should be very productive in their respective teams. So
it'd be funny if this team just won the
crazier things have happened. Like I said, if this team can advance, having both of those guys on your team will definitely be very unique. Like I said, I think it's just going to be having to hit on some of our late picks.
You have to. I don't hate for this team like taking some dart throws on like
I think this is the perfect team to take some dart throws because
we take them early. Let's try to get maybe force Keenan Allen in here.
Sure, make some upside guys and see if we can make it work. Who do we like in this range? Anybody standing out? We're on the clock.
Can you scroll down a little bit? Did the other Bills receiver go?
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna go Cup.
Yeah. Okay. Little panic pick here. We almost need more time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing a great job monitoring the clock here, but Cup, like I said, I don't love it. I don't love the pick, but hopefully he can kind of take a step into that offense and be a big weapon for them. And we just need him to produce out of the gate. So hopefully he can stay healthy and hit our lineup.
No, I was thinking some tight end value.
Yeah, there's a lot of tight ends on the board here. This would have been a nice spot to pick up. So that gives us four receivers. I was looking to see quarterback wise where Goff is around 120, so we're okay there. I think we could push him to the next turn. Is there a running back that you might like in this range, or
can you click running back?
Yeah,
and receiver. I do like Dobbins actually. I think they're both going to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a lot of Dobbins in like the 200s. I like Charbonnet too. I think he's kind of glass. I think Dobbins is a safer RB3. I think he's
let's go Dobbins on this team. I do think he probably has. It's probably his job to lose out of the gate. I do think Harvey's going to get a lot of work in that offense, but they might lean on him early. And like I said,
if Dobbins plays well, like I don't think there's any reason to like phase him out.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't hate that pick on this team. I do think, like I said, the next round we should look at quarterback. I do think we need to prioritize Goff. So we'll see how things.
Yeah.
Look in this next range here.
I feel like I've been getting a lot of Kyler lately. I feel like he just falls in every draft I'm in, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he's not a good sexy pick right now. Yeah, here comes the run on quarterbacks. Hopefully, Goff will make it back to us. I would love to see about 6 more tight ends come off the board. That would be no hair off my back there. So I do think, like I said here, here comes a run on tight ends too. That'd be great. I do think we need to prioritize or take a look at where Goff is on this next turn. Again, we could look at running back or receiver. We're still a little bit thin at both of those, so we'll see what's available. But I do think looking at quarterback and monitoring where Goff is probably a priority here. Yeah, he's here, so.
Yeah, we could grab him.
Are there any backs or receivers in this range that you like? I like Burden. I like Bateman in that offense.
I like Bateman. I think Bateman slept on, but
I think we should probably grab Goff.
Yeah.
If at this next pick, because I don't know if he would make it back to us.
Why does Dak keep falling?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any news. Sitting out the preseason finale, but that doesn't mean much. So let's take Goff here. We'll secure that main stack with Jameson and Gibbs.
I like
that's
that.
our first. And we'll see what running backs or who might come back to us here. Our boy Tank's here. Judkins is kind of scary. Devontae, Tootin's here. I think Stevenson does still have a role in that offense.
Some correlation with Kincaid.
Honestly, you had mentioned that. I don't hate Bateman if he were to come back to us.
I have a lot of Bateman.
That'd be a big slide for him, so we'll see.
I think.
Honestly, I think I know the pick if he makes it back.
Yeah.
We had already spoke to it briefly. I don't want to speak his name into existence here, but I will star him.
Keenan, yeah. Okay, I can't see the bottom. I love that.
All right. I think this is a good Keenan Allen team. I think he has great upside.
We need someone
to take a flyer. I'll bring up the big board again, but let's recap the team. We did secure our main stack with Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs along with Jameson Williams. So we have Goff at quarterback, Jameson, Tony Pollard, and J.K. Dobbins at running back. We have DJ Moore, Jameson Williams, Khalil Shakir, Cooper Kupp, and Keenan Allen at receiver. We have a dusty-ass receiver room with some good names, but might pan out. And then we have the double elite tight end. So honestly, don't hate it. I think our receiving room needs a little bit of work, and we could use another running back, but we're getting there. The team's coming together a little bit.
This is a good Ja'Cory Cross-Get Merit pick. This is a good Ja'Cory team.
It might be. It might have to be. I don't love a lot of the running backs in this range. So
no, I hate them all.
Well, you have to think of the last draft. We saw Ja'Cory go in the 10th, so we're already 2 rounds past that.
I would be surprised if he falls to us here. I think that's who I would take just for upside because this team kind of sucks. So, what if we just imagine, if we got Brian Robinson at 140 from last year?
Sure.
Or what if we got Ja'Cory and then grabbed Eckler? So then we have the whole Washington.
You have the whole backfield. Hey, it's something to consider. We'll have to see what the board looks like or where they're at or who else is available maybe. But we also have a lot of quarterbacks off the board as well, so we should consider if there are any other stacking options that we might want to look into. But
yeah, do you want to look at our receivers real quick because we're up in 2?
So we have Chicago, Detroit, Buffalo, Seattle, and Chargers. Quarterback-wise.
I don't hate getting
we're on the clock
later.
Yeah, that's true. Spears is there. I don't hate Spears, honestly. Or if we want to take an upside swing at Jane Blue.
I like Ja'Cory more than Blue now, but I think Spears.
I think Spears for this room. We'll go Spears there. Hopefully he can maybe come in and help in that running back room. That kind of secures that backfield as well in case Pollard were to go down.
I didn't realize we had Pollard, so I don't think that's a bad pick.
No, I honestly, I don't want to say I forgot, but I don't hate that pick either. So Blue goes, Brown goes. What other – I do think this would be a smart team to maybe prioritize Geno. Hopefully he might be able to come back to us. So I don't think we need to go quarterback here. Are there any I don't hate DeMario either. We kind of spoke to him earlier.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to hit your lineup. He's pretty safe player. I mean, our receiver room's pretty ugly, so.
Yeah, or Kyle Williams if we want to go for more upside. Do you have a preference?
From
anybody on the board here?
I think our receivers are so bad, we're going to need someone like to actually hit our lineup. So probably go Pop for this team.
All right. So we'll go to Mario. I think Gino will come back to us. His ADP is 160, and I think our next pick is 164. So it'll be just past ADP, but we should be okay there. So for that round, we added on Spears as another running back, securing the Tennessee backfield. Also, I didn't think about that, but we have both Tennessee running backs. We could look at a Cam Ward if he were to come.
Oh, that's a good idea. I actually like our running back room.
Yeah, I don't hate our running back room. I just, being that Pollard and Spears share the same bye as well, we might need to consider at least adding one or two more backs. But it's okay. It's not the worst. But running back, hopefully,
like, for taking two tight ends, like it could be.
Yeah, and hopefully, like I said, you would hope that Pollard and Gibbs would carry you, and your second tight end hits your flex, and you only need two of these receivers to hit your line, or three of these receivers to hit your lineup. But we'll see how the board comes back to us.
If Cam Ward, Ja'Cory is still on the board.
Nah, Ja'Cory.
Oh no, he's not. Yeah, I don't think Cam Ward would fall to this far, but if he did, I like that correlation there.
Sure. Yeah, so I think coming back, we have Ward as an option. We have Gino as an option. So I think both of them or either of them would be a good fit for this team. I think that was similar to our first team. We actually had both of those quarterbacks as well.
Yeah.
But seem to be building up those types of teams.
I feel like we're just nice there. This part of the season, I think we're just like kind of let the board fall to us and then make a decision. Early in the season, I feel like I had like hotter player takes. So, I mean, I still do, but just if you're drafting in volume, you got to kind of spread out those exposures.
Word goes. It's easier to formulate player takes seeing some of the preseason games and being able to formulate your opinions based off of real stats. All right. I think Gino makes sense here. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
So we'll grab our second quarterback, correlated or stacked up with Brock Bowers. So that gives us two pretty good stacked up quarterbacks. I think we could shut down the quarterback room if we had to. I wouldn't mind tacking on a third if we needed to, but we'll have to see. Chubb is an option if we're looking at running back, or we could go with Dowdle, who we talked about a little bit.
I like Dowdle here.
I don't really love any McMillan or Quentin Johnson in this range, so I'm good to pass on those.
I like McMillan more before he got injured, but
I don't hate a Dowdle pick if you were to come back to us. So we'll see
if I have low exposure on him. I don't know about you, but
yeah, I definitely don't have a ton of exposure. I think Chuba is definitely their favorite back, but I do think Dowdle will have a place in that offense. So on a team like this where we might be a little thin at running back, I think Dowdle's a fine choice here.
And I think if Chuba got hurt, I think that offensive line is pretty good from a Ron Fox standpoint.
They have one of the better offensive lines, actually, and Chuba has run well behind that. So, Dowdle gets taken right ahead of us. I don't love a lot of these backs. I like some of them later ones. Do you think Chubb makes sense on a team like this just to get early production, or what are your thoughts here?
I just think he's washed, but we're kind of in a panic, so you can just take him.
Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily washed. I think at least early in the year, you might get the first crack at things. He's also a strong back, just historically. So even if he might not be the most useful back down the stretch, maybe he falls in the end zone 6 times and he gets your lineup a few times. I think that's kind of just what we have to play for in situations like this in a running back room where we might be lacking a lot of depth. I could see the upside in Chubb hitting your lineup in situations like that.
You don't hate that. How do you feel about Diami Brown?
I've taken him mostly on Jacksonville builds. I think they paid him like he's going to be their wide receiver too, but obviously he's going to be behind the depth chart on Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter. So if you think Hunter is going to play more defense and De'Ami Brown's going to be out there in all wide receiver 3 sets, I think he's a fine pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Travis Hunter is going to mostly play offense, but what if that offense kind of takes a step like the Bucks did last year? And I mean, Jalen McMillan had 8 touchdowns, so you never know.
Mm-hmm. No, I think De'Ami Brown has carved out a role. He was paid like he
had
a role in that offense.
I think at these stages of the draft, it's not bad to just like take people who got paid, like De'Ami Brown or Darius Slayton later. He also got paid. You know who I was drafting more towards the beginning of the year that got paid was Tutu Atwell, but he has completely fallen off. But he also did get paid, so
sure. Who do we like here? We're on the clock. We have Michael Wilson and DeAndre Hopkins at receiver. We have Woody Marks, Ford, Roschon.
I hate getting Woody Marks. Now we have some Houston correlation. Maybe
sure, that is true. We actually we got
stronger
Chubb and Marks.
People say they don't like doing that because then you have less people to hit your lineup. But I think if you're taking backup running backs, like there's almost like a 60% chance they're never going to hit your lineup anyways.
Sure.
So like
if there's ever a team to
this isn't a bad one to do it on.
Like, yeah, and like I said, being that we kind of got a little messed up in the beginning, we have two tandems at running back as well. So hopefully of those, the Tennessee and Houston tandems, we have their starter on both eventually, or enough weeks where they might be able to hit our lineup. And
so I mean, we could just think of this maybe as having 4 running backs instead of 6.
Yeah, instead of 6.
Which
so right now our build, we have a 2-6-6-2. I think we go either way, running back or receiver, unless there was a quarterback that we liked. We're on the clock here. Quarterback is pretty well wiped. I don't think we need to go there. Mm-hmm. So let's just look at running back as receivers. Is there anybody on this list that you like? We have about 10 seconds.
I like Tesla as an upside with Goff.
Sure. Probably. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Just build out that stack. So that the Tesla pick gives us Goff. Obviously, we have Gibbs at running back, and then we have Jameson and Tesla. So hopefully Tesla, maybe he turns it on down the stretch. He can hit our lineup down the stretch. He's correlated. He's stacked up. I think that's a fine pick.
This would be hilarious if this team advanced.
Oh my gosh,
it's bad.
Definitely not my favorite team I've drafted. Probably a toss away. But who knows? Maybe, like I said, if we hit on a few of the later round picks and we pick the right running back rooms
Gibbs has an all-time season.
Yeah. Crazier things happen. If this team were to advance somehow, it would definitely be unique. So we have that going for us.
Mm. I mean, we do have McBride or Bowers in our flex. So
yeah, I mean, definitely not my favorite team that I've built, obviously, but who knows? Crazier things have happened. Again, I would consider taking a quarterback, but I think this quarterback, or we don't have any Indy. Yeah. I don't think that it makes sense to take any of these quarterbacks in with our receivers and stuff. I don't hate our running back room with how it's built out. If there was a running back that we felt confident about with our last pick, we could go that direction.
Dude, I saw
available receivers.
Yesterday I was in a draft. Yoshi Boss went in like the 6th round.
Whoa. That's a hot take.
On a Jamar Chase team.
They must not believe in T.
No.
Well, you saw one of our better drafts to begin with. You might have seen one of our not so great drafts, but you'll have that coming out of the gates. Obviously, you're not going to have the best drafts every single time, but we'll see how we land the plane here, and then we'll do a team recap and quick assessment before we probably call it for today. 3 drafts in, I thought we had some really good drafts. We got some good insight, and so we'll see how we can finish this one off.
Yeah, this one it turned out okay, but it was an accident, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. I don't think it has a great chance to advance, but I think we were able to land the plane okay, being with the mishap that we had early. So, there are some names here that I don't mind. A lot of the rookies, Manungai, Ao Minor, Brooks, a lot of these guys, you can make the case for it. Is there anybody here that sticks out to you that you might want to tack on here? Or you could go, if you wanted a safer pick, you could do a Kareem Hunt, who might have some use early. Or
no, let's do it for the Steelers Nation. Let's do some Roman Wilson.
Roman. All right, I gotta find him. Roman Wilson, I like it. Hey, he could be the guy. He looked good in the preseason so far. So if he takes over and is their wide receiver too, who knows? Maybe he could hit the lineup a few times. So we'll do a quick team recap. Like I said, give you some background and see where we can finish things off. But Jared Goff and Geno Smith at quarterback. We had stacked up for both of them. We had Gibbs and Jameson Williams along with Isaiah Tesla with Goff, and then Geno with one of our two elite tight ends with Bowers. And then we also at running back, we had Pollard and Tajay Spears, both the Tennessee running backs. We also had Chubb and Woody Marks, both the Houston running backs. So hoping we have the one running back one in both of those rooms, along with, as we mentioned, Gibbs and Dobbins. Wide receivers, we have DJ Moore, Jameson Williams, Khalil Shakir, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, Demario Douglas, Isaac Tesla, and Roman Wilson. Don't hate the wide receiver room. Definitely a little thin. We don't have a true number one alpha that I would say, but we have some depth. We have some volume guys, hopefully, and hopefully a few of these guys can hit our lineup. Hopefully, and obviously the double elite tight end with Bowers and McBride. Yeah. So we're definitely a unique build, but we'll see.
We're one Amon-Ra injury away though from having like a top 8 wide receiver.
That's very true. If Amon-Ra goes down, Tesla slides into Jameson's role, and we'll be cooking in that regard. But yeah, like I said, I think, in my opinion, I think our first team that we drafted was probably the best. We had a lot of good ADP values on that team. The second team was also good. Maybe not as sexy of a team, but I think it was well balanced and it had some good upside picks there. This was obviously a very unique team, but with a mistake early drafting both elite tight ends. You definitely put yourself in a little bit of a hole. So definitely a more unique team, and I think we did an okay landing the ship. And we'll see how it turns out come later in the year. But any last comments before we probably end up the stream for the day?
No, I think we should just keep hammering these at night because I think there's some good ADP followers.
Sure. Yeah.
New drafters coming in, so this might be the time.
Sure. Yeah, later in the year, we'll definitely see some sliders, some people getting their guys. So I agree. I think definitely saw some value tonight. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Good job, Eric.
All right. We'll see it.
Signing off.